Hey, this is Chris Jones with the Strength and Leadership Podcast. And I just want to drop in and leave you with a few things I've been thinking about this week. And the main thing is the balance between competence and critique. And that might not sound like it goes together, but I want to explain it to you like this. I was told a long time ago with the relationships that you have kind of like a bank account, like you got to deposit, then you can withdraw. And the way that you teach people and train people is you got to make a whole ton of deposits, then you make withdrawals. So with that kind of thought in mind, it's hit me several times in the last couple of weeks that competence in what you're doing creates deposits. When you are consistently competent in whatever you have been assigned to do or what you've been called to do, when you're consistently competent, when you've done enough research, when you've handled the money well, when you know what you're talking about, and you've proved out that you know what you're talking about, that your actions have backed up your words over and over again, and you're at this place where people start to deem you competent. Don't get that confused with confidence, because people can be confident, but not right. So competence is when somebody looks at you and says they know what they're doing. They've been doing it. They do it well, and there's a history behind it. So what that does for us is that gives us the ability when we walk into the room to then add value into the room by asking questions, by pointing out things. You start getting invited, you start being invited to those conversations. The danger is this, is to start critiquing before you've built confidence. That is a really dangerous thing, because it will appear that you're adding to something, or that you're actually withdrawing, you're critiquing, you're taking out money, you're taking out resources, you're giving a critique, which you've got to have some built up resources to do. You're giving a critique without a background, without a foundation. Like, why would anybody believe you? So here's the deal. If you're a person that sees what's wrong with everything, that could be a good deal. That could be a good thing, that you can point out what's wrong with everything. That's great. You may be annoying at times, but that's fine. You see the problem. What I would recommend is that you take a second. Have I built up enough credibility to be able to address this right now? Maybe I should wait 2 weeks. Maybe I should wait a month. Maybe I should wait 6 months. And to just start gauging, am I being invited into this conversation to give a critique? Because the worst thing ever is to give a critique, make a withdrawal when you weren't asked, when you weren't invited, when there's not enough credibility. And then instead of people accepting the critique, they start thinking things like you're a know-it-all, you don't know what you're talking about, and the list goes on. So here's some encouragement this week. Become really, really, really good at what you do all the time. Become really competent. Walk through some difficult things and come out on the other end having executed a plan and having people see the value of it and see it work, solve problems, do all those things. Build a reputation of being competent at what you're talking about. And then before you know it, you'll get invited into the room to critique. You'll have deposited enough to make some withdrawals. And so that's my encouragement this week. Don't critique too quick. Make deposits. Be competent. Have a background of what you're doing. And then when the critique comes, people will accept it and embrace it. We'll see you next time.